Hello and welcome to Football Talk, the podcast with myself, Dave, and Josh, who is there on the screen looking lovely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Always, Josh. Always looking lovely. So, football's back-ish. We'll get onto that later about the Bundesliga and our thoughts on it and a little review of some of the players and the games and stuff like that and see what happened. But all in all, I think the chat we've been having away from the cameras is sort of like we're not too enamoured with it, but we'll touch on that later. So, but first off, Josh, I'm going to surprise you with something that we haven't talked about off camera, but we did mention it last week. Christian Daly's height.
Christian Daly's height, yes.
We're going to play higher or lower than Christian Daly's height. So okay. I have a list of 10 footballers in front of me, and we're just going to go through them, and it's only whether you think they're higher or lower than Christian Daly.
Can you refresh my memory on Christian Daly's height?
1.83 metres.
Oh, we're going metric, are we?
We've gone metric because you get more of a differential. So some of them are quite close.
Just as a sidebar on the metric imperial measurements, I was somewhat annoyed by the BBC earlier this week when they said, keep your distance 2 metres or 6 foot. I was like, well, pretty sure 6 foot is around 1.8 metres, which is 20 centimetres away from 2 metres, whereas 7 foot will probably be about 10-15 centimetres away from 2 metres. So it should be 2 metres or 7 foot. So case closed, right?
There we go. Josh having to go to the BBC. So
yeah,
live on camera. Christian Daly's height, Wikipedia, these are all from Wikipedia, and 1.83 metres is the height of Mr. Christian Daly. So
okay, that's pretty similar to me, so I'm going to think if they're higher or lower than me.
Yeah. Okay, first up, and these aren't just Premier League players, they're players across Europe.
Okay, I thought maybe you were going like actors or something. I was like, well,
no. So, first up,
Helen Mirren.
Ben Yedder.
Ben Yedder. I'm going to go shorter.
It is shorter. How much shorter do you think? That's another question.
I think he's kind of like, I'm going to say like 7 centimetres shorter, 176.
He is 1.7 dead. 1.7.
Is it dead?
He's tiny.
Oh, he is tiny, isn't he? That's probably anybody who's that height, but yeah, that is small.
Okay. So you have a Christian Daly and a Ben Yedder. That's your ratio at the moment.
Yep.
And between them is 13 centimetres, to put it into relation for you.
Yeah.
Next up, Jadon Sancho.
Jadon Sancho. So do you want him in relation to Ben Yedder or Daly?
Daly. It's all against Christian Daly.
Oh, he's definitely shorter than Daly. I mean, I'm putting Sancho. I mean, I put Sancho shorter than Ben Yedder. I'm going to go 169.
Oh, he's shorter than Daly by 3 centimetres. Jadon Sancho is 1.8 metres tall. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Wikipedia, mate. Wikipedia.
No, I think someone, Mr. Sadin Janso, has gone in there and edited it, and that is. Well, I don't believe it.
A little fact for you while I was doing this. I wanted Marcus Rashford in this list, but his height isn't on Wikipedia, so I couldn't put him in there. It's not. So he's never known to man. Right, okay, one of your own, Harry Kane. How does he compare to Christian Daly?
Oh, taller. He's a centimetre taller than Christian Daly.
He is a whopping 5 centimetres taller than Christian Daly.
Big lad. Look at that, 5 centimetres above him. Woohoo!
Big lad. Labelled yesterday by... We'll try that again. Labelled yesterday by Vincent Kompany as the best defender ever in the Premier League, Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk. Oh, taller than Daly. He's 193
Spot on.
Taller. Oh, yeah.
1.93 metres. There you go.
Nice. Yeah.
So he's 10 centimetres taller than Christian Daly.
It towers over
That's
him.
Really tall, isn't it? That is really tall.
That is cool.
Bruno Fernandes.
Ooh. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of him to get that height gauge, but I would say shorter than Daly, 178.
Oh, 179. He is shorter than Daly. Got him all right so far, Josh.
Stop it.
Oh, stop it. Right. Victor Lindelof.
Oh, Lindelof's a big lad. Runs weird, but he's a big lad. 187. No, 188. Well, yeah, 187. Go on. Yeah,
Final answer?
Why not? Yeah, why not?
It is 187. Yeah.
Oh God!
You're scarily knowledgeable about players' heights. This is ridiculous. Okay, bit more of a tough one.
Oh,
Because I would say he plays in quite a tall team.
so maybe just perspective-wise, I think he's short.
Well, that's the thing.
Oh.
Thomas Muller.
Oh, Thomas Muller, gangly. I'd say he's a bit gangly.
Is he
he's
tall?
big though. He's tall. Yeah, he is tall.
How tall? Are we talking?
I think he's.
Harry Kane?
I think he's 189. I think he's big.
Oh, he's 186. So he is taller than Daly, but he's not 189. 189 would have put him taller than Harry Kane, which he's not.
Would it?
But
No, yeah. I could, yeah, that makes sense.
Thomas Muller is 1 centimetre shorter than Victor Lindelof, according to Wikipedia. So there you go. Another Spurs player, Moussa Sissoko.
Moussa Sissoko is. I mean, he's a big lad. He's a unit. Is Sissoko. But I put him shorter than Kane. I put him 1.8.
But
or
is
in
he
between
shorter
Kane
than
and
Christian
Daly.
Daly?
He's between Daly and Kane. I put him 1.86 again.
He's 187. You're very close with your measurements. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. And Charlie Austin as the penultimate player. That's the reaction I wanted for that name. Because I was just like, oh yeah, I have no idea how tall Charlie Austin is.
No, I'd put Charlie a little bit shorter than Daly at kind of 180.
Charlie Austin is the same height as Harry Kane.
No!
1.88 metres, yeah.
You see, I thought he was a big lad, but I thought he might be deceptive. I thought he might just be a kind of broad frame, strong jaw, and be a bit shorter. But, oh no!
1.88, he's got one wrong. The perfect record has gone.
Oh.
And the final player, Paulo Dybala.
Oh, absolute Diddy Dybala. I would go 175.
Oh, 177. So yeah, 9 out of 10, Josh.
Charlie Austin.
9 out of 10. Charlie Austin's had ya. He's done ya.
I really think that Jadon Sancho needs to have a word. Well, we need to have a word with Jadon Sancho. I'm going to try and Google images of Jadon Sancho stood next to someone. Do you not? Am I alone in this? Do you not think that?
What, that Jadon Sancho was smaller than Ben Yedder? No, sorry, just slightly taller than Ben Yedder.
But I think I put him in the kind of, being a nippy winger, and I put him in that kind of Walcott-Lennon kind of frame.
Okay.
He's
quite a big guy. He's quite broad, and he's put on timber. It looked like he put on a lot of timber over the COVID.
Yeah, he did look. Okay. I've got a picture of him here. Oh, come on, this is ridiculous. There's a picture of him stood next to Raheem Sterling, and they are not dissimilar in height.
When was that taken?
Oh, because he's grown. God, he's so young, he could have grown. Oh, actually, no. Oh, it's a difficult one. I'm going to do some research and then get back to you because I feel like there may be some altering going on. Maybe just message him. I'll slide to his DMs going, "How tall are you, boy?"
You got your contacts with Julian Joachim.
Yes.
So
I'll ask him, "Are you taller or shorter than Julian Joachim?" He's like, "What?" All right, not Julian Joachim, Christian Daly. You're taller or shorter than Christian Daly?
Well done, Josh, on the first ever higher or lower than Christian Daly quiz.
Yeah, that's what I love about stats. I love the fact that if there was that players kind of what's it called in American football? I always forget this. Players carbine book.
The combine.
Combine, and you have all these stats, and you go.
Yeah.
And you can have all the who's heavier. We can have who's got the bigger shoe size.
That's not what you're interested in, Josh.
Got the bigger socks.
Yeah, who's got the best eyesight?
Who's got the biggest biceps?
Oh,
just all different stats.
Yeah, you'd love that, wouldn't you?
More the athletic ones, like who's got the fastest 5k, who's got the fastest 60 metre dash, or whatever.
0 to 60. Who's got the fastest? They're not cars, Josh.
Sorry, 0 to 60 metres.
Oh,
I was going to say, makes perfect sense. Oh God.
Name one player in world, past or present, in world football, still playing or retired, that you think wouldn't do well in the combine, but is a world-class player.
world class.
Yeah.
I immediately sprung to mind was Matt Letizia.
Oh, okay. Ronaldinho sprung to my mind. Can't
He
really
had
jump.
he had some
Not
he
really
had
sprinting.
he had a oh no he had a good turn of pace on him though, didn't he?
Yeah, but in a game full of stats, if you look at his stats, he probably doesn't come out very well in terms of assists and goals and sprint speeds
No.
and effort and stuff like
I
that.
think because of the added flurry of flair on top of him, I think that there'll be a certain thing you don't garner from stats. But I think maybe a little bit of disservice. But Letizia, I think it'd be great if we could like look back now because he's obviously looked back fondly because of the highlights you see of his goals. But
Yeah.
I imagine if you had, I mean, people criticise Mesut Ozil for being lazy, but crudely, I'd say Ozil would be the better player than Letizia.
Yeah.
And he probably runs a lot more than Letizia did. And so what the hell? I mean, Letizia would have been absolutely slated.
True. Yeah, very true. Very true.
In fact, in this day and age, sorry, this day and age, I don't think he'd have been able to be a Premier League footballer. I think he'd have been like the Lee Trundles of this world because of the physicality would have been not in his wheelhouse.
That's a very interesting... Yeah, I like that. No, I think that's a good point. I do think that's a good point, yeah. But I think a lot of that can be said about a lot of players in the 90s, though.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Tony Adams
Yeah,
would not be a good centre-back right now.
yeah, there's certain players who... And they would have had, obviously, the conditioning, and they may have pushed on. But, yeah, you look back and you go... Well, it's just always comparison between yesteryear, isn't it? It's like, well, in nearly every single sport you compare now to then, now would absolutely kind of thrash them because of the conditioning. Yeah, like watching The Last Dance now, it's interesting to see... I'm 4 episodes into The Last Dance. It's interesting to then how Jordan would compare to now, and like how Jordan compares to like the Wilt Chamberlains before him and stuff. It's all very it's very objective, isn't it? Subjective,
yeah,
even.
It is.
Yeah.
And talking of Netflix, like another tangent, we're 3 episodes from the end of Tiger King, so that is a mental program.
I mean, who knew there were cults in zoos?
It's mental, absolutely mental. But we're here to talk football, Josh, so we'll get on to the news. What has caught your eyeballs today? This week, whatever.
This week, Luis Enrique, kind of echoing how I feel about football with no fans. Playing without fans is sadder than dancing with your sister, says Luis Enrique.
But Neymar will probably disagree. So
Neymar's like, great.
It's not. It was weird. Did you watch what game did you pick and how far did you get through it and stuff?
So I flicked through the games because it just showed how little it was. This is Bundesliga last week. It was not holding my attention. So it was like 20 minutes in. I wasn't really engaged. There was empty stadiums. VAR was interrupting things. There were no goals. I was like, turn it off. Did not hold my attention at all. I didn't. It felt joyless, and part of it will be because you're picking up a new league. I've no affiliation with any clubs, and so obviously Spurs I'd have kept on watching. So your own team you probably will keep watching because you have a vested interest. But in terms of worldwide audiences and people want and the Premier League being the most watched, will people want to tune in if it's that soulless? I'm not sure they will. I don't think I'll be finding myself watching. I think I'll find myself watching less games now than I did beforehand.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it was... So I watched the whole of the Dortmund-Schalke game after we recorded last time. Oh, hello. Got a message popped up on the screen there. And it was good to have football back, but it was very much... You're right. It didn't keep my focus. I was playing Football Manager at the same time, and I was much more interested in Football Manager than I was the Bundesliga. If it was a United game, I probably would have been much more focused on the TV. And it made me think, like, when you're going back through on like YouTube and you watch football highlights, you watch highlights that revolve around your club or your national team. That's what I found anyway. I haven't really watched, Tottenham's best goals of last year or everything Erling Haaland's done to get him his move to Dortmund. I didn't watch anything like that. It's always been, Ruud van Nistelrooy's 150 goals for United or Man United's trip to Moscow or whatever. And, It's all been that sort of stuff, and I think that's how I sort of felt about the Bundesliga, and it made me cry a little bit inside because, like we discussed last time, we're two people that stayed up and watched Ukrainian leagues and Belarusian league. Well, not Bel. I don't think I ever went to Belarusian, but
definitely done the hard yards. But it
Yeah.
didn't appeal to me whatsoever. And so you have players now, like obviously Premier League, saying that we're as confident as we can be. But there's a June go-ahead. We have 6 players have tested positive for COVID-19 across 3 different clubs. We have Kante not training at Chelsea because of kind of health fears. We have Troy Deeney refusing to go back because of kind of family aspects of not wanting to kind of infect anyone at home.
And I think that's what makes me think: have these decisions been made with respect to the players? Has anyone asked the players? But it's just weird. It's just weird. It's just bizarre. So,
I can see it just coming back, getting it over and done with, and then tackle the new season issues. But it seems to be we can be concerted effort to finish the season, which so be it. I'm actually, but a strange thing, watching The Last Dance and kind of me thinking more about Spurs. I do think that I think the Spurs will be one of a few sides will come out of this stronger. I really do. I think it'll be. And watching The Last Dance, I'm seeing similarities between Michael Jordan and Harry Kane.
Steady on here. Steady on.
Well, just in the sense that Michael Jordan's first championship in 1990 was he's crying because 7 years. He's been talked about as this great player, but not on the same level because he hasn't won anything. 7 years into his career, he wins something. I mean, I don't know how many years Harry Kane's in, but he's obviously talked about as one of the great Premier League strikers, not won anything. It took a change of coach in the so they changed coach and he won something in his second year, I think, with a new coach. Mourinho coming in, a new coach. I don't know. It's just and the other aspect of Michael Jordan being that kind of absolutely dedicated professional, driving people on and being that really kind of focused mind is how kind of Kane comes across to me from what I kind of take in. It just I'm not saying he's going to be the best in the world. I'm not saying he's not a basketball player for one, but I just think there's I don't know. There's certain aspects of that story which kind of fill me with hope around Spurs' story.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I sort of understand that. I don't think you're going to win anything major with Mourinho as manager. So.
Wow, to dump on my parade.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm here for, isn't it? That's what I'm here for. But
where are you?
Oh, shut up! Shut up! But you can say obviously. Spurs going to be one of the teams that come out of this well. It's been reported in the news that Man United have lost 24 million already due to the coronavirus, and the Man United Spurs game not going ahead has cost Man United £4 million worth of income, apparently, which is quite a lot. So Ed Woodward's come out to the AGM and the supporters and said, there's still money, the liquidity is still there to make transfers.
Oh, cash is on hand for United. I'm saying that Spurs are going to come out of this better. I mean, they're paying off debt. I mean, I imagine we've got some debt, kind of able to delay the debt holidays. I think government schemes were be able to delay repayment of debt. So obviously the Spurs have taken out lots of loans large sums of loans to pay for the stadium and no revenue being generated, including the American football side of things as well, which would have been part of the business model. So, and there was meant to be some, I think, Guns N' Roses gigs and things like that, which through the summer. So it's all stuff which would really negative impact. But I'm talking on the football side of things. But financially, I think that it'll be in similar terms. Obviously United will fall further because they generate so much revenue normally, so therefore will be further from grace in terms of losses or kind of lost revenue. But it's a test in time. I'm fascinated to see how football, when it will get back to its previous levels, if it'll ever get back to its previous levels beyond this. Yeah,
true, very true. So, of course, that's not the only thing Man United have been in the news for recently. They've got into a bit of a spat with Sports Interactive, the creators of, Sega owned Sports Interactive, the creators of Football Manager. They are the first Premier League club ever to try and sue Sports Interactive, or when it was Eidos, was it? Who did Champ Manager?
I pronounced it Eidos, yeah.
Eidos, yeah. They're the first team ever to come out and try and sue them for breach of naming rights, but in a very weird way. They're saying you can't use the name without the badge, and because you don't have the rights to the badge, you can't use the name. That's what it's about.
They have a simplified badge in in Football Manager, do they?
Yeah, so Sports Interactive in Football Manager don't have any rights to any Premier League team badges.
Right.
So Spurs don't have a logo in there. They have I think Spurs is a shield with blue and white, and then you can obviously get patches and mods.
Yeah, patches. That's where. Yeah.
But Man United are saying, well, they're sold as a sort of pair. If you can use the name, you can use the badge, and because you're using the name and not the badge, you're not allowed to use the name. But you don't have rights to the badge.
Does this not reek of scrambling around for to offset losses? Like,
well, I don't know because
nothing's changed with it. Like this has been the case for years, really.
Well, now this is where it gets interesting because a lot of obviously the outroar on Twitter is, this is a disgrace. What you're just searching for money. However, Man United have signed a partnership with Konami, who obviously make PES, and Konami have exclusive rights to Man United, and they have exclusive rights to Arsenal, and they have exclusive rights to Juventus. Now, I think what's happened is this has just come out into the public domain where the likes of Juventus didn't, because Juventus in Football Manager are called Zebre, and they play at the Zebre Stadium. Maurizio Sarri doesn't have his proper name in the game. And he's everything about Juventus other than the players at the club is all fictional. So what I think is happening is that Juventus did it sort of very much underhanded and said to SI, well, no, you're just not allowed to use our name and stuff. And I think SI have gone through to the Premier League and said, we're just going to keep the same agreements. They've probably just said yes. And now Man United, it's been, because it's the English press, it's probably been leaked a little bit more. But yeah, I think it is a weird thing to kick up a fuss about, but if it's a legally binding issue, because Konami have the exclusive rights, it may be Konami are actually kicking up a fuss and going, excuse me, Man United, can you talk to...
Yeah, oh, absolutely, they want to be the only ones associated with it,
Yeah, so, but it's very weird, and it's bad timing, because it does look like money grabbing. But, how's your Football Manager going, just while we're on it?
No, I don't really find any time to play. I've got the latest one, but I just not. It's something I always think about picking back up again, but then again, it doesn't hold my attention because I can never invest as much time as I was used to.
Yeah, okay.
And so it's sad going, guess not. I'll probably need to get a redacted version. It's like
the Touch. Football Manager Touch, that's free. If you've got the original one, it's free. So.
Oh, I'll do that then.
There you go. But I've got a Spurs save going on at the moment on live stream.
Yes, I saw. Yeah, like a formidable front.
It's going very well at the moment. Yeah, Timo Werner, Greenwood, and Leroy Sané up front. So, wow.
That seems ridiculously. I don't know what's happened in that save awesome. to enable that.
So bought Greenwood for 55 million.
Okay.
Timo Werner paid his £52 million release fee, and Sane was transfer listed by Man City, so I thought I'd try and snap him up, and I did. But anyway, anything else in the news, Josh, for you?
A couple of Man United things, actually. 12 years ago this week.
Yes. Follow, because United are off to Moscow.
And I wanted to ask you, whose slip was worse, Gerrard or Terry? So obviously the Gerrard slip then comes through, and Chelsea beat Liverpool away, or Terry slip the winning penalty, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's got to be John Terry's slip. It's the biggest competition in Europe, and he was smug enough to come up and put himself on the fifth penalty taker, which is the hardest penalty one. He wasn't meant to. It's already been announced by who was the manager? Avram Grant.
Yes.
It's already been announced, I think, by Avram Grant to say that it wasn't meant to be John Terry. It was meant to be. Basically, John Terry was meant to be in the middle. Yeah, Drogba got sent off, but John Terry was meant to go somewhere in the middle, I think. And then John Terry said, no, he'll be the fifth because Drogba got sent off. So, but that was. I've got to say, John Terry's slip is worse than.
Well, it's the direct. It is causation rather than correlation. Like obviously, Gerrard slipped, Chelsea won. It wasn't game over at that point, but if Terry hadn't slipped and had scored, it would have been a win. So it's like a real kind of like you can link the two cleanly.
Interesting fact about that Champions League run. I went to every single home game in the Champions League that season. I was there.
So who did you beat in the knockout rounds?
Roma, We
That's thrashing.
we demolished Roma. Absolutely demolished
Yeah.
them. Like 7-1.
7-1, yeah.
AC Milan, I think, in the quarters. Because David Beckham came back.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think that was then. If not, it was definitely, I think it was AC Milan. Barcelona in the semis. Because Scholes scored an absolute belter from the edge of the box.
Yes,
Into
yeah.
the top corner, and then it was the final. So
Yeah, lashed it in, didn't he? No one was around him, lashed it into the kind of top
lovely.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bent it just round Carlos Puyol.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was lovely. Yeah.
And
what a season.
And then also linked to Man United, Wayne Rooney's come out and said, in the 2 years under Van Gaal, I learned more than with any other manager. Firing him was a mistake. Things improved and the players finally started to understand his vision. I'm more concerned about he thinks he's learned more from him than any other manager, doing a complete disservice to Philip Cocu at Derby.
Or Sir Alex at Man United.
Moyes.
Or Moyes, yeah. I wonder if it's been taken or said incorrectly, whether he learned more from Van Gaal about coaching. Because obviously he's a player coach at Derby now. I can't imagine he learned more from Van Gaal to do with playing football than he did under Fergie Fergie, yeah. I mean, I agree. I think Van Gaal was sacked too early. I think after winning the FA Cup, he should have been given another season. We were building from the back. He has always been a manager that said defence is key, and then you build forward from defence. You don't start out strikers and build backwards. Yeah, I think he was sacked too early. I can agree. I think that's the only thing I can agree with Rooney with on that sentence. But
Spurs were set to get Van Gaal. We approached him before Pochettino, I think, and I wouldn't have been upset about that. But things happen, don't they?
What's he doing nowadays?
I thought he'd kind of almost retired, really.
Was he? Oh, okay. You going to give him a quick Google?
Yeah, why not? So he's nowhere currently, no.
Oh, okay.
Retirement, yeah, he's retired for family reasons. But he later said he's only sabbatical, and then he announced his retirement. Yeah, so he retired last year.
Oh, that's a shame. Old LVG.
Yeah, it's only 68. There's older managers around.
Yeah. I will always remember the dive he did in front of Mike Dean as the fourth official. It was absolutely incredible.
Do you know what? And on that Mike Dean bit, I listened to the Peter Crouch podcast the other day, and although obviously it's known he's a Tranmere fan, I had not put together he'd have a Scouse accent. Just hadn't.
You don't know?
Hadn't entered my head. I mean, I don't really give referees a voice to
I know what you mean, yeah.
This inanimate object to, and it's just having a voice for him is very odd.
They also had another ref on. Was it Dre on?
Andrew Mariner.
Andrew Mariner, and I think he's on it at some point, and he does not sound anything like I imagined.
Oh, I'll look forward to it.
I want them to get Michael Oliver on because I want to hear Michael Oliver and see what he's like.
Squeaky little voice.
Yeah, but anyway, any more news very quickly before we move on?
None from me. Let's go to the quiz.
So we'll move on to the quiz then, and the quiz is on the screen for everybody to see at home, Josh. So talk us through it.
Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time. You forgot, Dave.
I forgot the intro. I forgot the intro. I apologise to everybody.
I made a fool out of me. I had to do an intro after it'd been introed.
Yeah, exactly. Talk us through the quiz.
Right, this at the end of as at the end of the 18-19 season. So that's my get out. Can you name the top Premier League goal scorers from countries who've never been in a World Cup? So you have a list of in order of goals scored. You have a list of players from their nationality, and so, for example, 43 goals scored by what player who represented Mali? Can you name that player?
Sadio Mane. He's Senegalese.
This is going to be
Mali. Freddie Kanouté?
Yes, Freddie Kanouté.
Yeah. Oh my God, 42 goals for Latvia.
Oh, come on, that's our bread and butter, that is, Dave.
Marian Pajas.
Pajas.
Oh my God, 36 goals for Montserrat.
Yeah, okay, this one's a little bit harder.
Yeah. I can't even think of anyone that's been declared as a Montserrat international.
Okay, so This player is is kind of an older Premier League player.
Great. Still playing now?
No, not playing now. No. So he was playing in the kind of 90s, representing teams such as Newcastle, Tottenham, and Norwich.
Newcastle, Tottenham, and Norwich.
And not a striker actually.
Rule Fox.
Oh, check you out.
Yeah. I just thought he was English. Rule Fox. He must have had England under 21 caps or something.
There will be a number of players here who've gone, you know what, I'm using my heritage here to get some game time.
Granada.
We've this one has been a
Stoke City player.
No, this one has been a Wikifile previously. Yeah, Rule Fox has 2 England B caps, and the same amount of Montserrat caps. So I mean,
worth it.
He's actually also managed Montserrat. Flying Montserrat.
Montserrat.
I'm a Montserrat. Montserrat.
Granada. He's been. I know this. I know this.
Yeah, you do know that one. Yeah, you do.
But he didn't play for Stoke.
I remember him more at West Brom.
Jason Roberts.
Oh!
Did he play for Stoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he didn't play for Stoke.
Oh, I thought he did. 34 goals, Finland. Jonathan Johansson?
Oh, no, he's 27 goals. So,
okay.
But
I want to say Jari Litmanen, but there's no way he scored 34. Oh, Timo Pukki.
No, Pookie's not on the list though because it's not it's Premier League. Yeah.
Yeah, you've gone back in time. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I actually declare this season void. So, which is funny. I hadn't thought about the goal scoring stats. That would be void as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. Yeah. It would ruin Wikifiles for years to come. Oh well, or make it interesting for years to come.
Oh, everybody have to be a mass update on Wikipedia going right. No, doesn't actually count.
34 goals in the Premier League, Finnish international.
Yeah, come on. I think we've had him as a Wikifile as well.
Mikael Forsell. Zimbabwe.
Yeah, this is kind of in the Rule Fox era. Sheffield United is where I have this player.
Sheffield United.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass that one.
Okay.
I'd probably just give me the answer because if I haven't got it in my head now, I'm not going to get it.
Oh, okay, that is Peter Undlove.
Oh, okay, Peter Undlove. Yeah, I was never going to get that. Guyana. Where's that?
Come
on, you did geography.
Is it Caribbean or is it Africa?
I'm going to say it's the Caribbean. Gotta be. Guyana.
Yeah, I can go Caribbean.
28 goals. I mean, I don't know where it is, so that I don't know.
So this one, he's definitely got England. He's got 14 England under 21 caps.
Kieran Richardson.
No, that's not a bad guess, Dave. No, this one was once bought by Newcastle for £7 million, and he's 1m91.
So he's taller than Christian Daly.
Taller than Christian Daly,
but smaller than Van Dijk. So,
yeah. Striker. Yeah, Wimbledon to Newcastle to Wolves is his career trajectory. You might remember.
Carl Court. God,
well done.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
You know, this Zimbabwean is. I'm not giving you clues in this. This is a big player. Played for some big clubs in the league.
Really?
Yeah.
Zimbabwe.
Did he win a FA Cup with this club?
I don't know. Did he?
I'm not sure if he transferred from Portsmouth at the time to City.
Who the hell was at Portsmouth up front? Portsmouth to City.
I think that was the ground he trod.
Portsmouth to City.
Benny
McCarthy. No, he's South African.
Portsmouth to Man City. Little Sunderland loan, Blackburn, then back to Portsmouth, and he's been around. He's shorter than Christian Daly, strangely.
I'm gonna say I don't know it, but as soon as you say it, I'm gonna kick myself.
Yes, I'll give you his last name. Mawawari.
Yeah, Benjani. I just didn't think he was Zimbabwean. Or Zimbabwean. I've left out the W. Zimbabwean. Yeah. Benin. 25 goals in the Premier League for Benin.
Good little player, this one, actually. I liked him as a player at, I think, Sunderland and West Brom. He's got his I think, a relative of his plays for Spurs now on the left-hand side. But, yeah, he's a tricky little player. Good dribbler. Really kind of low centre of gravity. Could shift it. A bit of a winger.
I feel like I know who it is, but I can't think of the name. I think I can picture him, but I can't. No, go on. Who is it?
Stéphane Sessegnon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Finn, another Finn.
Yeah, this one's a centre back though. This is he's just
Stefan Onshow.
Oh, his partner, Dave.
Sammy Hippier.
Yes.
Or Hippier, not Hippier. Yippee yay. Hippier. 21 Venezuela.
Yeah, you got it, Dave. I'm not going to give you any clues on this one. This is well, actually, I'm giving you clues straight away.
Yeah.
This is recent times striker, everyone's friend.
Everyone's friend. Oh, good guy Rondon.
Good guy Rondon.
Yeah, everyone's friend. Republic of Congo, 16. I've got to go with Big Chris Samba.
Big Chris Samba. Yeah, not a clue needed. We'll leave it there.
Come back again.
Tough territory on the other side.
There it is. Look at that. Curacao, Benin again, another Finn. Go on, man. Okay.
Oh, blimey.
That is going to be tough when we come back to that. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that. It was interesting. I think...
You did like that, Dave. I can tell you would find that scrambling.
I didn't like that. I think quizzes, when it starts off and I go, Josh, you're going to have to help me here, straight away, we know the quiz is tough, I think. Because I've got a pretty decent knowledge of football, but... Yeah. Obscure nations always get me. Always get me. So
think of it as a learning exercise.
Exactly.
It's more of a lecture. It's a lecture rather than a podcast. Teaching you.
Yeah. Cheers. So, we'll move on to. I got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file. I got a wiki file for you. Hey, we're not moving on to that. No.
We can do. Yeah. Do it.
What did you want to go to? I've done the song.
The big feature that we'd fully prepared for.
Yeah. Well, I've prepared for it so much I forgot about it. So, we'll mix it around. I've done the tune. We'll do Wikifiles first, and then we'll do the feature.
Wikifiles now. Yeah, let's go Wikifiles. Yeah.
Right, it's on the screen.
It's on the screen. David sent me a Wikifiles, and I'll say what I see. So, made a big impression early in his career. 84 to 85 season for Leeds United. Really fans' favourite. 0 appearances, 0 goals.
Immediately dropped down the leagues.
Why bother? Go, right, I need to find my feet. Let's go to Bristol Rovers for a couple of years. 72 appearances, 2 goals. Then moves and finds his feet. Really, smashed it here. 7 years at Wimbledon, 240 appearances, 11 goals. Then a couple of years at Liverpool. 65 appearances, 2 goals, 4 years then at Tottenham, appearing only 33 times, which is abysmal. 33 appearances and 0 goals, ending his career at Ipswich Town, 2 appearances, 0 goals.
Any thoughts?
I'm thinking defender.
Right. I'm not giving hints away yet until you ask for them.
Thinking English. I'm thinking all the players. I've got 1, 2, maybe 3 players I can think of who would fit the Wimbledon. No, 1 player out of actually who fits the Wimbledon, Liverpool, Tottenham.
Which is?
John Scales.
It is John Scales, yeah. It is John Scales. Recommended to me on Twitch to give to you as a wiki file for the Tottenham link in there. 4 years at Spurs and played 1 season's worth of games. So,
yeah, I have very, very little recollection of him turning out in a Spurs shirt.
Yeah, me too. I only remember him at Liverpool, actually.
Yeah.
Because of my brother.
In fact, I was kind of, that's a bit out of the 3. I was thinking I'm just going to thinking he's got to have played for Wimbledon because of this, because I don't really know his past before Liverpool. It must have been some massive games he had before that, because I just don't recall it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, has he got any international stats?
Well,
England B, maybe?
he's got England B and England Senior.
Has he?
Yeah.
He's
So
got
do you want to have a stab? Do you want to have a stab at both?
Yeah, kind of 2 England B and 3 England Senior.
Spot on.
5.
Spot on.
Is it?
2 and 3. Yeah. 2 and 3. 2 England B appearances, 1 goal. 3 England appearances, 0 goals. So, yeah. John Scales.
Poor John Scales. Poor John Scales. I feel like he's not getting any love from us whatsoever.
No, but he wasn't very good, was he? So, blonde
No,
floppy
I mean,
hair.
I'll be yeah. He had a nice kind of flop to it, didn't it?
Yeah, wasn't he? Did he have curtains, or am I just getting like?
I think it could have parted to curtains. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
kind of like yeah. I'd say it would do that. I feel like he'd just be a nice guy. He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Which is weird because he played for Liverpool and Wimbledon.
Oh, burn. Okay. But yeah, John Scales, thank you for the submission on Twitch. I'm always open to try and get people to flummox Josh, which is good fun.
Yeah.
And it sticks to my traditional English theme. What I
It
seem
does.
to go for
Love,
on Wikifiles.
you love speaking in English. Yeah.
Right then, we'll move on to the the main.
Do you remember
it? No, the main part of this, which we always pick a little bit of a something. We don't always do it, but we generally do it. We take away something where we have to think about it off camera and come back. And this week, it's inspired by the Peter Crouch podcast, where they had Harry Redknapp on as a guest, and Harry Redknapp came out towards the end of it, and so he didn't come out. It was just saying.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sandra.
He just said, when all this is over with COVID, he wants to buy a lower league football team.
And rock him into the fucking ground.
Yeah, to keep an interest going, and then he said to Peter Crouch, "I'd get you in as the manager." I imagine tongue in cheek. I can't imagine.
Well, yeah, it turned out that he'd much rather him. He was kind of. I think that was more of a host going, "We'll get you in as manager," and then Harry was like, "I'd actually much rather someone who knows the league, but
Yeah.
I'd definitely sign you as a player. You can still do a job at least at championship level." He reckons.
Yeah. So it made me think, and I posed the question to Josh, who has now caught up on that podcast and listened to it. We have to pick each one team in League Two to then be taken over by a new owner, and that owner has to be an ex-Premier League manager. They have to appoint, as the manager of the club, an ex-Premier League player, and that ex-Premier League player as manager has to appoint a goalkeeping coach, a physio, and an outfield coach, which is a ex-player but isn't a superstar in the world, and then we get to appoint a kit man for each team who doesn't have to be anything related to football.
Yes.
So,
correct.
Josh, first off, what club did you pick?
I picked Cheltenham Town.
Cheltenham
Robbins.
Town.
Yeah. Key feature of probably my favourite all-time football manager, championship manager save, 0102 probably, I think it was.
Is that the Onasimo save?
Onasimo save, Alec Coote, Radishaw Kaluzhny. They had obviously Mike Duff, Jamie Victory, Bob Bloomer, Russell Milton. Russell Milton, right? So a former Cheltenham Town footballer, Russell Milton, claimed to fame here. I work with his brother, and because Russell Milton is from Folkestone.
Oh, there you go.
And he's a winger for Cheltenham, and I think he used to career at Arsenal, played abroad with kind of Socrates and Zico in kind of either Japan, I think it was. Yeah. And so that's a nice little claim to fame there. I can't think of many other footballers who've emanated from Folkestone, where I live when Dave lived younger. So I picked Cheltenham Town.
Okay. I've gone for Oldham Athletic. Proper get them back into the Premier League.
You want to rekindle?
Yeah. Get the giant. Magic. Get them back. Get them back. Get in there. Have the glory days back of. I can't remember the striker's name. I had it and I've forgotten it. Big perm. He had a big perm. Marshall.
Was it Ian Marshall? I don't.
It might have been Ian Marshall. Yeah, but he had a big perm. Get those glory days back. Get Oldham back to the top. I have no link to Oldham. I've got nothing in touch with them at all. Not like Josh's story, who's got a bit of thing. I just thought, bosh, let's get Oldham back to the Premier League.
Oldham Athletic, back at it.
Oldham Athletic. So, Josh, who is the club's new owner? Who is now taking over Chesterfield Town?
Okay, so I thought, what manager... I wanted to play a brand of football, not attacking football. Which owner would really kind of enable that? And I went for Kevin Keegan.
Kevin Keegan, okay.
Kevin Keegan thought he knows English football. He seems like a stand-up guy. Seems like a lovely guy. If not a little bit unlucky, that might not be working in my favour.
Is he not a bit too passionate though?
That's what I want. I want that passion.
He's going to sack you when it goes wrong. Well, not you.
He's not going to sack me. He's going to sack my ex-Premier League player manager. But no, I just thought he'll be a great person to have around the club. He loves football and everybody speaks about him highly. So yeah, I went with Kevin Keegan.
Okay, all right. Can you guess who I went with?
If you went with, don't tell me you went with Sir Alex.
Of course, I've gone with Sir Alex Ferguson. Winning is everything.
Mode, are you?
What?
Playing this on cheat mode?
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? Ex-Premier League manager. Sir Alex Ferguson has that winning mentality as an owner. He will not part with any crap. He will be able to give you a bit of advice. He will invite you in for a glass of red. You can talk about other stuff with him when you don't want to talk about football. I think it'll be great. Sir Alex Ferguson, he's got loads of money, and he's got loads of contacts as well.
Yeah, he's got loads of contacts.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how much let's see how you're doing with your ex player you choose as manager here, then, Dave. You've gone for something ridiculous, no doubt. Let's have a think. So I went.
Yeah, go on. You first.
I've stuck with a player that I think Keegan would have managed. I've gone for David Ginola.
What?
So Ginola has spoken of his wants to manage. He said he thinks he would love to take part in management. Again, continues that brand of attacking football, and also just a little bit of eye candy, and good on the old the marketing front.
Yeah,
having
media and marketing would be loving that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Nice. I've gone with someone who probably wouldn't get on with Sir Alex Ferguson.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I think they would. He's never managed him. Sir Alex never managed him, but they've been rivals. I went with Didier Drogba.
Did you?
Because I think, been there, done it. He's won everything in Europe, I think. You can, the meaningful, Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, all of that. He can inspire the players in the lower divisions. He can also probably put his boots on and help out if they're really struggling for players and cash. And I think he's a coach. He's obviously set up academies in all around Africa. And I think he'd do well. How he gets on with Sir Alex Ferguson, I don't know. But
I think that'd be all right. Yeah.
I think Sir Alex would be happy to back Drogba. I think.
Yeah, I think he trusts him in terms of he's been at top. But
So have I surprised you with that? Because you thought
a little bit. I don't think. But neither of our players know the league. Neither of our managers know the league. They'll be uncharted territory.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But I think they'd be all right.
I did consider choosing Joe Hart actually as a manager, but he was obviously a current player, but probably on the brink of being ex.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of thought maybe Joe Hart.
Goalkeepers don't make good managers.
Oh, to Dino's off. But yeah, in Bayern, Nuno Espirito Santo.
Okay. There's a couple.
There's anomalies. There are anomalies. Yes.
Anomalies. Yeah. Right. All right then.
How do mercurial left wingers do?
Ryan Giggs, unknown.
No, bad.
Can't think of any other. Kevin Keegan was like a striker, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's the attacking player. So you got Hoddle wasn't. Okay, maybe it wouldn't work well. We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay.
Goalkeeping coach. So this was an ex-player who wasn't like a world star. Yeah.
So what I've picked on here, I've now gone for keeping it Spurs. I've gone for players that would have from the kind of 90s, noughties Spurs players who Ginola may have had some kind of.
Oh God, mine's all over the place. I've got no linkage.
and also I think players who I thought, you know what, you seem intelligent. So for my goalkeeping coach, I've gone for Casey Keller.
Oh, I think that's a good shout. I think he could be a good. The American voice might annoy players, but I think that's a good shout. Yeah, I've got no real arguments.
Yeah, I think he wears glasses, so
Intelligent.
tick. Yeah.
Yeah.
American. Yeah. But yeah, obviously he was a decent goalkeeper. Been around a few clubs, knows his stuff. Yeah, I was happy with that.
What have you got? Do you reckon you'll have quite a big wage bill for your
At my club?
Yeah, for your 3 picked staff, not including manager, but the 3 staff you've picked that we've got. So goalkeeping coach, physio, and outfield coach. Are you going to have quite a big wage bill out for those 3 for a League Two team?
Yeah, I'd say so
because I think
they probably all used to a kind of not living in Cheltenham, I think.
Well, yeah. My goalkeeping coach will probably be on. I don't know. Would he get paid less than yours? I don't know. I've gone for friend of the pod, Stuart Taylor.
Stuart Taylor.
He's been around. He's been backup goalkeeper to some extraordinarily good goalkeepers, so he must have learned something. And he would have had the best coaching, even though he's third choice.
I have a feeling that he'd like to be assistant coach.
Yeah, probably.
Oh my goodness, there's so much hard work involved in this. I've got to do something every day. Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
So, but yeah, Stuart Taylor was my pick.
Do you know what? Because I was having a look at like players who kind of have represented Cheltenham, and Jack Butland was on loan there for kind of the early tens, and I've got a feeling Jack Butland's going to be the kind of the next young, he's 27 now, English goalkeeper to be the top 6 third choice keeper in the not too distant future. His career seems to have stagnated beyond belief. It's like I think he's just going to go. You know what? As soon as he hits 30, he's going to go. I'm going to just be on Chelsea's bench. I reckon.
Just move from like Chelsea to City to Arsenal and
just pick up that sweet third choice keeper money.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not a bad shout. Physio then, physiotherapist.
Physio. I've got an ex-Spurs player, suffered his injuries, obviously knows his way around the physio room.
We've got the same player.
Christian Ziege.
Oh, Christian Ziege.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't got the same player. Okay.
Oh, you got Darren Anderson.
I've got Darren Anderson, yeah. No, he's a good player, knows his way around the physio room. Darren Anderson was what I've got written down. So
yeah, Christian Ziege, obviously German, so high levels of efficiency.
Yeah.
So I just thought, Christian Ziege, I like it. And he also wear Adidas Predators, which I quite like as a boot. So
nice.
Yeah.
No complaints from me. Yeah. Darren Anderson from me. I think the same reasons I've got apart from the Adidas Predators. I don't know what boots Darren Anderson wore. So
I think he wore Predators as well. Actually,
Darren Anderson always had a long face. I think
he did have a long face. Yeah, like a horse.
Yeah, a bit horsey. Yeah. But okay, outfield coach.
Outfield coach again. I've stuck to the North American theme for my coaches. I've gone for a ex-Spurs right-back Canadian Paul Stalteri.
Why? Any reason? That is not a name I expected to hear in this.
Well, I thought, you know what, you seem intelligent, you seem hardworking. Obviously, you've got a good grasp of English language. You're obviously going to be managing lower, not probably mostly English players. I didn't want, any language barrier. I thought, you're good. And, the North American Casey Keller-Stalteri duet, I thought would go quite well.
All right, nice. Well, I've actually picked a player who is still playing at the moment. But I did tell you that before, and you're like, yeah, that's all right. But I think there's probably a number of players that fit into this mould who I probably could have picked who have now retired, but this is the first one that came to my mind. And weirdly, I've gone with Fabian Delph.
Really?
Yeah, because he's played under Pep and Ancelotti, so he must have picked up something from them, and he's played alongside some world-class players, and I think he would have picked up some coaches. I think he looks like a player that would go into coaching, and I think he would be a player that would be willing to drop down the divisions to start that coaching career.
Yeah, I can see that. I could probably see him wanting to be high level, like kind of manager. I can see he's got that drive and dedication, but that's fair.
Good. And then last but not least, the non-football player or football manager as kit man. Who have you gone for?
So I really struggled where to go with this one.
And we definitely don't have the same person, I can tell you that right now.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I went for none other than former X Factor contestant Chico.
Chico the Welshman.
Chico, the snazzy dresser, Chico. It's Chico time. I thought he's punctual. He's a snazzy dresser. He obviously takes care of his appearance, so I thought he'd be good for the kit man. And he's bubbly, he's effervescent.
Yeah.
He'll be a good person to have in the kit room, in the dressing room.
That's such a weird choice. We definitely don't have the same person. I've
What
gone
have
with
you got?
you. Because you're always the person that's getting things right on this podcast and prepping stuff properly. So I think to lay kits out and get stuff ready for the players, you would do it whilst being like awestruck. Like, you're going to be in there with Drogba, but you wouldn't interrupt him and like go and get in his way. You would just do your job, and then afterwards, it would be such a good job. He would approach you and say thank you.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I went with you. Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. But you've in terms of being prepared, you have neglected the final category that we decided upon.
Oh, what was the final one?
Who would be your marquee signing? Your over 35 player who you would bring into the club and as your first signing and would help you kind of gain promotion.
So we've gone over 35, yeah?
Over 35 player, be it free transfer or kind of not. I don't want you choosing like Zlatan or something.
No, yeah. Go on, then you go
Somewhat
first.
realistic. I've gone for current free agent, and I'm not sure he's the age he is, but Obafemi Martins.
Oh, he can't be 35. But he is a free agent, so I'll give you that.
Yeah, obviously played under Keegan when with Michael Owen, and obviously he's got that Keegan link.
He's
great.
He's 35, so I'll give you. Yeah, he's 35.
And I thought he'd be a fantastic player in the lower leagues, score us some goals, get us promoted. That's what you got to get the marquee signing as a forward, surely.
I think so. Yeah, he's got the American link, obviously playing for Seattle Sounders as well.
Yes. Oh my goodness, it's all coming together.
It's all coming together. Nice. Yeah.
I've got a feeling Christian Ziga's got an American link as well, but
yeah, more than likely. Right, I'm quickly panicking because I forgot this question. So let's go and look at free agents. We're getting a signing on the fly right now.
Right, make it happen.
Does
Dave.
it have to be over 35?
Well, I'm going to relax the rules.
That's all right. Sort by age.
Yeah. Rather than have some radio silence.
Oh yeah, why not? Man at the top of the list. You said
who is it?
A striker.
Yeah.
It's going to be Eduardo, ex-Arsenal. He wants to stay in the UK. 37. Ooh. Eduardo da Silva.
Yeah. I know it. And so remind me, he's being managed by Didier Drogba.
Yeah,
okay.
He's being managed by Drogba. He's being outfield coached by Fabian Delph, who is probably 4 years his younger. I'll tell you what, Josh, you can make a good team with these free agents. For League Two. You got centre back Jason Shackle, once of Burnley. You've got a combined age of 72 at the back with James Collins and Jason Shackle.
Oh, they're winning headers all day long.
They're love League Two. They would love League Two, those two. You can have Eduardo and Obafemi Martins up front. So we're playing a 4-4-2, I've decided. Your more defensive midfielder is Matthew Flamini.
Yeah, I saw that Matthew Flamini because I was toying with Arsene Wenger being my owner and Matthew Flamini being in as a player.
That would have been good. Jadson from Shakhtar.
Oh yeah,
Theo. Shakhtar, attacking midfield. Jadson, he'd be there. Then we need some wingers. We got Thiago Ribeiro, who I don't really know. And this is sorted by age, by the way, so we're having an old team.
You're literally just picking the old,
yeah. Oh, John Obi Mikel, 4-3-3. We need another striker.
Oh, John Obi Mikel would boss it, yeah. Is he over 35?
John Obi Mikel is 33. He's 33.
I did also toy with going down the Argentinian route. So I had Julio Arca as my manager. Obviously been through the leagues, and then I was thinking, well, other Argentinians have got some, maybe Jonas Gutierrez or Fabricio Colocini, but both are still playing, I think.
Oh, right. I didn't imagine them to be playing. Right. Well, that was the... I did pick my signing, didn't I? Eduardo da Silva. Yeah.
Eduardo Silva, yeah. Hopefully his ankle holds up.
Literally, it was like deadline day, and someone went, Dave, you got a place in your squad. Crap, search by free transfers. Who's top of the list?
Yeah.
He's a big name. He'll do.
Yeah.
So, but yes.
Welcome to Oldham.
Yeah, welcome to Oldham, Eduardo. But, right, back to the quiz to finish it off.
Right, yeah. So I challenged Dave to name the top Premier League goal scorers from countries who've never been in the World Cup. So basically, the smaller nations that we've had. So Dave has worked his way down the left-hand side of the list, naming such players as Marian Pahars for Latvia and Jonathan Johansson for Finland and Sami Hupia and Christopher Samba. So now we're on to the right-hand side of the list, where we start with a 13-goal hero, Bermudan.
Yeah, and I do think I think it's a Wigan striker, but I can't for the life of me remember his name. No,
it is not a Wigan right back Emerson Boyce. It is Man City legend
Gota.
Yeah, Sean Gota.
Did he have England caps in his youth?
No, he was very much Bermudan.
Oh, okay. 11 goals for Barbados.
Oh, I've actually stuffed it right up there. I thought that Emerson Boyce was Bermudan. He's actually Barbadian and is number 11, so it's Emerson Boyce.
Thank you, yes. I'll take that one. 9 goals for a Guinean.
Yes, former Liverpool and West Ham striker.
Andy Carroll.
I was about to say, suck on my...
Oh, Titi Kamara. Yeah. All right. 9 for Gibraltar.
Now this one...
Now this is someone who's only just changed his nationality to Gibraltar, isn't he?
Oh.
Hasn't he? And he's English, actually.
Yeah.
And he hasn't played that many games in the Premier League.
He's played lots of Premier League games.
Oh.
For Stoke. And United.
Mark Wilson.
No. I think I'm not sure he actually ever appeared for United. I think it's he's had 4 appearances for United. But mainly kind of Derby, Southampton, Stoke appearances. He's taller than Christian Daly.
I love that as a thing now. Yeah. Can we add that in, just while we're talking about Christian Daly's height, can we add that into a Wikifile clue? You can ask for his height, if he's taller or shorter than Christian Daly.
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to get that. I think I can't, again, I can picture it, but I can't think of the name.
It's Danny.
Simpson? No.
Higginbottom.
Oh, Danny Higginbottom, okay. 9 for Kenya.
Yeah, pretty much the only Kenyan to ever play in the Premier League, I think.
Striker?
No, defensive mid now plays in...
Wanyama. Yeah, Wanyama.
Yeah, Belarus. Come on, you got this one. Belarus, really good player, actually. Ben messed it all up when he moved to Spain.
A Belarusian?
Yeah.
No.
Alexander
Zinchenko.
Kleb.
Oh, Kleb, yeah. He moved to Barcelona, didn't he? In a really weird transfer. Yeah. Great dribbler.
Oh, yeah. Really close. Good
dribble.
Control, yeah. And one of the players who wore his socks low as well.
Yeah.
How I like it.
That's true, yeah.
All right. A Man City player. Next one for Montenegrin. Former player. Former forward.
Yeah. Is it
Serie A player, mainly.
Savic, Jovic.
Or Jovetic.
Jovetic, that's it, yeah. Jovetic.
Yep.
Georgian.
A couple of Georgians here. Now, Dave, come on.
Kinkladze.
Kinkladze is the second one. Next one, first one, would have just, has an infamous celebration to his name.
Tamuri Ketsbaya.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know how I'm doing this, Josh? In my head. My thought process in my head, right? Is take the nationality, think of the flag, think of Football Manager or Champ Manager, and who I've seen play next to that flag.
Oh my goodness, Dave.
Yeah. Because I've got a knack for remembering countries of flags. It's really weird.
Yeah, my knowledge of flags stems purely from Pro Evo or ISS, where all the countries used to be laid out in a massive grid.
Yeah.
Just so you choose one. So, yeah, who says Tribute games aren't educational?
Exactly. Another Finn. Oh.
Had a big, another infamous or more famous celebration here. I always thought it should have hurt him.
Oh, the belly flop man.
Yeah.
Chef Kikuchi. Kuki.
Jeppy Kuki.
Kuki, yeah. 6, Curacao. It's a drink you put with
Curacao.
lemonade and vodka in it.
That is blue Curacao. That is Caribbean, I think, and
It is Caribbean. I've been there. Yeah.
I want to say a kind of right-side player has played for either Huddersfield or Brighton. I think.
Philip Billing? No, he's
No.
at Bournemouth now, isn't he? Gonna struggle with that.
No. So I was wrong. It was Aston Villa. It was all relegated sides. So Aston Villa, Reading, and now at Cardiff. He's Dutch until he decided to play for a full national team, and it's Leandro Bacuna.
Oh, Bacuna. I was never going to get that. Yeah, Leandro Bacuna.
Leandro Jones, Johan Bacuna, and he is taller than Christian Daly.
Okay. JJ,
and
to his friends.
The last one, I think he was maybe an effective striker in the Championship. It was definitely taller than Christian Daly here.
Benin.
And plays for Benin.
Cameron
Plays for
Jerome?
Middlesbrough now, I think he plays for.
Oh, don't tell me this one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The started at Metz, little loan to Cannes, then joined Cardiff. Then
yeah, he
joined
played for Cardiff, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, then joined Villa, then joined Borough. 17 under-19 caps for France, and then went to Benin. 6'4". Let's talk about his personal life.
Stop talking. Oh my god, I've sold him on Football Manager. Come on, Dave. Oh my god, this is going to bug the hell out of me.
Message to you.
For the purposes of the pod, I'm going to have to say give me the answer, but it's going to really annoy me when you tell me.
Rudy
Gested. Fucking hell.
Michel Camille Gested.
Rudy Gested, yeah.
Rudy Gested.
Yeah, I sold him on Football Manager.
Yeah, I do. I'd recommend selling him as well.
Yeah, absolutely terrible. There's the quiz.
There's the quiz, and the message I'm taking there is that was a bit too hard.
Yeah, the message I'm giving you is that's far too hard. So, yeah. What prompted that?
But I thought it was a good quiz, and it's in our wheelhouse. You know, we like to talk about the kind of the obscure players in Premier League history, but
true,
maybe a little too obscure.
Yeah. Well, what have you got one plan for next week yet, or are you?
No, yeah. Well, no, actually, I've got one for next week. Let me give you a little clue.
Okay.
It involves English players and involves their Champions League goals.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. And I'll have another couple of players for you for a Christian Daly higher or lower.
Please do.
So, yeah.
And we'll firm up the Jadon Sancho height as well.
We will. I'll try and get confirmation of that. Yeah, I'll try and get confirmation. But have you got any other business, Joshua Cool? No? Well, get in the comments below then your what second division? League 2 team would you take over? Who would be the new owner? Who would be the manager? Who would be the goalkeeping coach, physio, outfield coach, and a random kit man to join the club? Let us know in the comments below. You can find us and our back catalogue at YouTube. Just search for Cultured Left Foot. No, that's the wrong channel. Search for Football Talk. A bit of a Freudian slip to plug my other channel there. Search for Football Talk. If you're brave, you can search for Michael Ballsack and we'll turn up anyway, because that is still the best thing I think I've ever heard on YouTube. My laugh and your laugh as that happens. If you're interested for another drunken quiz, let us know, because they're still possible in these times. Easy for me, I'll just go to bed straight after. Josh is the one that's got to try and read to his children. But anyway, you can also find us on SoundCloud and Spotify. Search for Football Talk. The links will be in the description below on the YouTube video. You can find us on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
There's no A in football. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you for watching for those on YouTube. We'll see you next week. But for now, we're out. Cheers. Give us a wave, Josh.